Coming up on Win News, ACT firefighters to take protected industrial action. Meet the students insisting on a healthy lunchbox, and Canberrans hit the road for a cancer cure.
Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
Tonight, constituents respond to Monaro MP John Barilaro's re-election. Images of a Gungahlin murder victim released as investigations ramp up, and Canberra's bushfire season extended until April 30. Good evening, I'm Geoff Phillips. Also coming up tonight, CIT's vet students take us behind the scenes of their special doggy day care on campus. We begin with our New South Wales state election coverage. John Barilaro isn't the only one reflecting on his re-election following the weekend's results, with Queanbeyan voters also eager to have their say. When News political reporter Emma Groves hit the streets, finding there's cause for both celebration and commiseration.
As New South Wales election counting resumed after Saturday's vote, an almost 4% swing in his favour yet to sink in for the re-elected member for Monaro.
Yeah, look, I am surprised this morning that we had such an emphatic win.
Emma Groves, Win News.
A major search is continuing tonight for a driver who allegedly struck an officer with a car after refusing demands to pull over. These images show the black hatchback around the time of the incident on Tilliard Drive in Flynn this afternoon. The police officer only suffered minor injuries, but senior cops say it's lucky he wasn't killed. Police have issued security pictures of a Gungahlin murder victim's final known movements as they try to build their case against his alleged killer. 56-year-old Jai Ho O allegedly suffered critical injuries in a Canberra day fight with 30-year-old Joshua Higgins. In an effort to establish a motive for the attack, police now want to interview anyone who saw or spoke with Mr O in the lead up to his death. These images were captured at the Gungahlin Village shopping centre just hours before the tragedy. A truck driver charged over the death of a cyclist and high-ranking member of the New Zealand military has had his case heard in court for the first time. It's alleged a Pantech truck being driven by Darren Sanson veered onto the breakdown lane, hitting and killing Army Major Aaron Couchman last month. The collision on the federal highway has seen 38-year-old Sanson charged with dangerous driving occasioning death. He is yet to enter pleas and will return to court in June. Canberra is to have its longest bushfire season in 16 years, with the official danger period blowing out to cover roughly two-thirds of a year. The city's emergency services bosses say it's far from unexpected, given the climate change phenomenon sweeping the world.
It was an overcast start to the working week in Canberra with patchy rainfall and a chill in the air.
A program for at-risk youth aimed at preventing a future of antisocial behaviour, substance abuse and crime will continue this year thanks to a federal funding boost. Canberra PCY's Project Booyah will receive more than $700,000 as part of the Safer Communities Fund.
Ricky Lloyd knows firsthand how beneficial early intervention can be in a troubled young person's life. If you or someone you know needs help, call Beyond Blue on 1300 224 636. Sarah Kate Mullane, Win News.
Coming up next on Win News, an on-campus doggy daycare offering CIT's vet students valuable work experience. And Canberrans brave wintry weather to raise funds for cancer research. It's been a gruelling 12 months for businesses in Tathra, with a slump in visitor numbers following the fires. A fresh approach has buoyed the town, with businesses at last reporting activity returning to levels seen before the disaster.
Back on her feet, it's taken a year of blood, sweat and tears for business owner Bronwyn Pividori to get to this point.
Canberra's expected mums will be provided with a dedicated phone service to help arrange their first midwife appointment under proposed changes to public maternity services. The community is being encouraged to provide feedback on the ACT government's proposed model, which aims to improve access to information on available care options. Currently, women receive midwifery information from their GP and then must contact hospitals themselves to organise appointments. It comes amid a Legislative Assembly inquiry on maternity services sparked by staff concerns. Light drizzle didn't put a dampener on the annual Relay for Life event, raising funds and awareness for the Cancer Council. All money will stay in the ACT, reinvested in cancer research and support services for patients and their families.
For 24 hours, hundreds of ACT residents converged for a single cause, fighting for a cancer-free world.
Time for sport with Amy, and the Brumbies women's side is through to the Super W finals.
Good news, isn't it, Geoff? And it came right down to the wire against Western Australia. Plus, Dendrinos snaps a 26-year drought in the Douglas Cup.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop with confidence. Need advice? We're here to help.
In sport, Jordan Rapana's opened up about his shock early return from a shoulder reconstruction, admitting even he was surprised to be back on the paddock so soon. Despite that, his inclusion wasn't enough to see the Raiders get past the Storm in their first home game of the season.
Not holding back in his NRL return.
That's a great shot.
I think it's the only shot I've ever put on, so definitely tested her out, that's for sure.
The Brumbies have blown a chance to move on to the top of the Australian Super Rugby Conference, proving no match for the Reds in Brisbane. The news was better for the club's women's side, which booked a place in the Super W finals with a win over Western Australia.
Another week, another injury concern for the Brumbies. Rory Arnold, the latest to go down, forced from the field with a shoulder complaint just 12 minutes into their clash against the Reds.
Ginninderra has broken through for its first Douglas Cup title in 26 years, down in Western Creek, Molonglo in the final at Phillips Oval. Michael Ninneman and Jack Wilcox starred with the ball for the Tigers as the 25 wickets tumbled on the final day.
After rain washed out day one, the Douglas Cup final reverted to a two-day contest.
And that's our sport, Geoff.
Amy, thank you for that. Tanya is standing by with the weather, and the sun didn't turn out today.
It didn't, Geoff, but there is some sunshine ahead. I'll have the forecast next. Hello again. Cloud cover overnight kept minimum temperatures well above average in most places. Our weather photo for tonight is thanks to Brand, who captured some heavy clouds over Canberra. If you've taken a weather photo you'd like to see up on screen, you can email it through to weather@wintv.com.au. Let's have a look at the details from today. Winds howled for much of the region today, reaching 70 kilometres an hour at Moruya, 95 kilometres an hour at Cooma and 119 kilometres an hour at Thredbo. But that damaging wind warning has now been cancelled. Top of 26 for Ulladulla today. Taking a look at temperatures further south, 30 was the high for Bega. Now, there were some showers about in the 24 hours to 9 a.m, but heavy falls were restricted to the snowy mountains, with 72 millimetres falling at Thredbo and 56 millimetres at Perisher. Was much the same throughout today. Perisher picking up another 32 millimetres to 5 p.m, a top of 23 degrees for Canberra today. On the satellite, a trough lies over the northern inland, while a high-pressure system over New Zealand is extending a ridge toward the north coast. On the synoptic, a strong front is crossing southern and western districts tonight and should pass through the remainder tomorrow. Taking a look at the forecast for the south coast, sunny tomorrow, Nowra heading for a top of 24 degrees. Taking a look at temperatures further south, Bega will start the day on 9 and is expecting a top of 23. The sun will be shining about the snowy mountains too. Still the chance of some breezy winds about though. 5 to 19 the temps for Bombala, chilly 3 degrees overnight for Jindabyne. Maybe it's time to grab that extra blanket out. Like the remainder of the region, Canberra is expecting sunshine tomorrow. Top of 21 degrees for Yass, 20 for Goulburn. Taking a look at Canberra's temperature for tomorrow, 22 degrees the high, starting the day on 7, sunrise at 7:10 in the morning and setting at 7:07 in the evening. And taking a look at Canberra's temperatures for the week ahead, some cooler conditions to come. There is the chance of a shower or two again on Friday. And taking a look at those temperatures, we can see we have some much cooler starts ahead, right down to 4 degrees next Monday, heading for 22 throughout the day though. But Geoff, certainly some cooler starts to come.
Good sleeping weather, Tan. Thank you. And that is Win News for Monday the 25th of March. I'm Geoff Phillips. Coming up next is The Project. Until 6 tomorrow. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.